Professor Oak is the only professor, and I'm not Oaky.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I, okay. Sure.
Listen, there's no other professors, only Professor Oak.
Sure.
Rumors of a
He's the
birch
one
and
and only.
yeah, there's rumors of a birch and an elm
The
and
oak.
something else, but they don't actually exist. It's all an elaborate hoax. It's a lie perpetrated by the Nintendo lobby.
Okay.
Welcome to Utterly Geek. It's
Mm-hmm.
another week. You've got more news. We've got more things. More games have been played. More stuff has been happening.
Oh yeah.
Lots of weird stuff. But let's start off with what we've been playing.
Mm-hmm.
It's Utterly Geek, but before that, who do we have? Steve and Petrella, what have you been playing?
Hey, only Grim Dawn. That's it.
Still?
Because that game is, yeah.
Yeah.
You say that
It's a
with
lot-
such sadness.
No, it's awesome, but it's a lot bigger than I thought it was.
Oh, okay.
Like, I didn't really take the time to look at the map, and then yesterday I did, and I was like, holy fuck, this game, I thought it would be a lot smaller just because of the price.
Yeah.
So I figured, oh, I'm not getting a freaking 50-hour game. You know, I'm probably getting a 25-hour game. No. I feel like, I mean, maybe you are if you just do the story and you don't fuck around and run all over the goddamn place like I'm doing. But
But like most
No, it's-
RPGs, you fucking go all over the
yeah,
goddamn
I mean,
place.
it's an RPG. You have to go through every little crevice, and they hide things,
Yeah.
and they do it really well. Where you walk through walls and shit like that, and you find a fucking treasure chest, and it's badass, and you feel really good about yourself. Like, I fucking found something. I'm great at this goddamn game.
That's the thing that gets me about those games, too, is you can lick the walls as much as you want, but you're still gonna fucking miss shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh yeah, there's no doubt, and I'm trying, and I know I've missed so many fucking secrets. But I'm not going back, you know. Now it's just the time. Now I'm just like, I gotta move forward. I can't do this to myself anymore. I gotta beat this fucking game
That's like trying
so
to
I can play more
100%
games.
Dragon Age.
Yeah,
Don't-
yeah.
Don't do it.
I mean, when I get a game and I love it, I want 100% it. You know, like that's just how I am with it. So I want to 100% this game, but it probably won't happen. It's like, I love Witcher, but I probably won't even fucking beat the story, like, because
Yeah.
it's too damn big.
Yeah.
Fucking. So
That's one I
But-
really want to go back to.
yeah, that's when I'm done with this. I think I'm gonna go back to The Witcher and finish it and at least finish the story.
That was like me with Fallout. I was like, hey, I've got almost 80 hours to this game. I should finish the goddamn main storyline.
Yeah.
So now
Yeah,
I'm just
I
dicking
mean-
around.
Yeah, I put probably like 50 hours into Witcher and probably have only got like half the story done, if that. I don't even know if I got half the story done.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I don't know. From what I've heard, that could
Yeah.
take a real long time.
Right.
yeah. So, but yeah, Grim Dawn, great game. If you like RPGs, like I've said the last 3 weeks that I've been fucking playing this game, buy it. If you don't like RPGs, go fuck yourself.
It's funny because over the last couple of weeks, it's been slowly rolling into where you were describing Grim Dawn as cheesy as fuck, but really good gameplay. But now you've kind of been like, it's all right, it's a pretty good game, I'm enjoying myself. And now you're at that point where you're just like, all right, fucking get it, what's wrong with you? Kind of point.
No, it is a really good game, just for what it does and the amount of work you can tell this little tiny company put into this game, you know, and took everything that they loved about ARPGs and threw it into this one little game.
Yeah.
And that's why I really like it, because it hits every nostalgia button that I have. It's just like, oh, cool, they did that. Oh, yes.
Labor of love.
Yeah. The more I get into it, the more I understand how to level myself up. The more I understand, like, oh, what? Well, I've been doing this wrong the whole fucking time. Like, I'm a goddamn idiot.
Yeah.
But they found they also did ways where you can correct that. So it's like, oh, you put a point into where you probably shouldn't have put a point. Well, you can take that away later on in the game if you want to, and put it somewhere else. So they figured out ways to correct it, and I applaud them for that, and I highly recommend it. Just for the fact that it's super cheap for the amount of content that you're getting to. So,
Nice.
But that's what I've been doing.
Cool.
So there's actually, along that same line, there is a mod that is coming out for StarCraft 2 that turns the entire game into Diablo 2.
Okay.
Cool.
They've debuted it recently.
Mod or a custom game?
Uh,
I feel like that would be more of like an arcade custom game kind of thing.
No, well, I can't find the actual article right now off the top of my head.
Okay.
But they do have custom art sets and everything, so that it is Diablo 2 entirely in the StarCraft 2 engine.
Okay.
But yeah, we need to get on. We need to get through Destiny and then to Diablo 3, because that would be great.
Yeah.
So, Chris Walczyk, what have you been playing?
Oh god, I've been doing a lot last week. Let's see. Finished Bloodborne finally. I'm not sure if I mentioned that last week, or I think I said I was stuck. I don't know. I can't remember.
You said you were real close to the end.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
You finished it like right after.
Yeah, it really was. Like, I think we finished the podcast, and then I played some right after the podcast, and it was pretty much like close to done. So, finally done. Finally beat Bloodborne, and Jesus fucking Christ. Yeah, right where I was like the last area. So all I really had to do was just push forward. That's all I had to do.
Yeah.
Just fucking ignore everything else and just keep pushing forward. I eventually just made it to the
I
boss.
wanted to tell you, like, dude, you're almost done. Just do it. But I didn't want to, like...
Yeah. Have that be a spoil, yeah.
Yeah, have that, like, to spoil, like, oh, shit, you're so fucking close, dude. But
Yeah, because it really was one... It really was the last... The last hour of that game was you fight two bosses back to back.
Yep.
And, goddamn, like... Fucking the ending of that game was it definitely, like, upon completion of it, it was definitely like, okay, now that I've played the game and now I know what to expect, and like I didn't really absorb the lore and the universe that everything is set in, but after fighting the last couple of bosses, I was like, holy shit, okay, fuck. This is some really fucked up shit that's going on. I want to find out more about it as to what led to this whole shit show that led up to the ending. So, yeah, so fucking good. And then I started a new game plus with that, but I haven't been playing it as much just because it's one of those things, much like when I beat Dark Souls 1, where it's like, okay, I beat it. Let's see how New Game Plus is. Okay, it's pretty difficult, as it should be. And then, like, I'll see how far I can get, and that's about it. So, I mean, I'll probably just jump in from time to time if I'm really feeling like I want to play Bloodborne, just to, like, because I've really been, it's kind of funny because you mentioned in Grim Dawn how you missed a lot, even though you searched every goddamn corner. And I thought that was the case for Bloodborne, but apparently there were like, to get the good ending of Bloodborne, you apparently have to have 4 items, and only the 4 items to get it. And I only got 1 because I beat the second to last boss, and that was the one of the 4. So and I really thought I searched every single goddamn area, but apparently not. But I mean, I guess what I've learned from that game with playing it the second time around is there's a lot of areas that were closed off, and it's not until you beat a certain boss or get a certain how far you are in the game that those areas unlock, and then you can go back and then rediscover it. So even within the world itself, within the core gameplay, like, it adds replayability, which is kind of weird even for like a first playthrough, because you still got to go back and explore that area. So so yeah, beat that. Also played and beat Last of Us this past weekend, and because I was also juggling that and Bloodborne, although Bloodborne was kind of more of a playing it for like 4 months. The Last of Us was just trying to fucking tank through it. And I know Darren wants to play it, and I'm gonna try to avoid spoilers for it. But
just say, hey, it was great.
Yeah,
the most innovative shooter I've played in ages.
No, it's definitely the ending is just
That's what I keep hearing.
I'm so fucking torn on it, and I still kind of am just morally on it. I could see both sides as to why it ended, but yeah, it's just it fucking kills me. Yeah, so
yeah, Darren, you got to play it so we fucking talk about the ending, man.
It's you know how Darren, how you say all those times where it's like play the game so we can fucking discuss about that shit on the podcast.
This is one of them.
Yes,
yeah, it's
this is like hugely a discussion.
Yeah. We talked about it, Darren.
Yeah,
we fucking talked about it.
Yeah, Steve and I talked about it.
We need your opinion.
Yeah, we talked about it. We both kind of know how we feel about it. Steve made some good points, and yeah, so yeah, been playing that. A little bit of Fallout here and there. But what I've been watching lately, been watching Daredevil. I think I'm about like 8 or 9 episodes in on season 1. Fisk, aka Kingpin, is like fucking amazingly cast. He's such an awesome fucking character. I think I like him actually more than Daredevil himself, which is kind of interesting. I think it's because they have like the whole two sides of a coin kind of thing for every character and villain in that world. But it's mostly just due to the acting, because it's the guy. Shit, I can't remember his name. But he was in Full Metal Jacket. He was the oh Christ, I can't remember even the character's name from that movie. Is the one where he goes crazy, just mentally snaps during the boot camp.
Pyle.
Yes.
Private Pyle.
Yes. He plays as Kingpin, and holy shit, he's fucking good. So fucking good as Kingpin. So I've been watching that. And then this past weekend I saw Hardcore Henry, which came out on Friday last week. And is fucking awesome as a movie. So good.
I need to see that film.
It's one of those movies where if you love 80s action films because you just turn your brain off and you just enjoy the goddamn ride, fucking see that shit, because that's all it's really good for, but it's so goddamn good.
For anyone who doesn't understand, Hardcore Henry is entirely in first person.
Yes.
Start to finish, like, that movie is in first person.
Yeah.
In the trailer, they reveal that he is a silent protagonist because he is a rebuilt robot man who does not get his speech module implanted, which is fucking brilliant.
Yeah. I didn't know that going in. I didn't know that going in. So as soon as they were like, "Oh, can you talk?" "Oh no, he needs his speech." "All right, well let's set it up." And they start setting it up, and then they're like, "Okay, about to enter it in," and then the bad guy shows up, and it was like, "Oh, okay, so he doesn't have it. So he's a fucking mute the entire movie now."
Yeah, like that's right there in the trailer. It is. Oh,
yeah.
I need to see that movie. You're not the only one telling me that it's real good.
Yeah. So, yeah, it was definitely so much fun, and I think about like 20 minutes in, because I went with my girlfriend, and I leaned in and I said to her, I was like, "This is what fucking Doom should have been." If fucking Doom was like this, like it would have been
people
like
are saying that
immensely better.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, that's what I've been up to. I've been watching a lot of shit and beating a lot of games finally.
Well, let's see, what did I play with last week? Got back into Mario Golf on the GameCube.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say which one on which
on the
system?
GameCube and the 3DS, because Mario Golf, they perfected it on GameCube, and then they just keep refining it with all the other ones. The 3DS one is so good. And I actually played, what was it, the Mario Baseball on GameCube.
Okay.
I am not a fan of the Mario Baseball because baseball is a bit more complicated than golf is. We can all agree with that. However, they do not implement the controls properly in the GameCube version of Mario Baseball.
Uh,
Like, to dive for a ball out in the field, it's A. To jump for a ball out in the field, it's A. You don't know what you're gonna do.
uh,
Or at least this is what was told to me. I could never dive for one. And you never know when it's gonna switch which character you're controlling.
oh, shit.
Yeah, it's a mess of a game. Now, this is me just playing it for the first time, multiplayer against someone who's put hundreds of hours into it.
Okay.
So that might have something to do with it. But that game it feels like a hot mess.
Mm-hmm.
That they weren't using enough of the buttons on the controller to do what you need to do.
Yeah.
Other than that, I have been playing the shit out of Killer Instinct.
Nice.
Not just Season 3, because all Season 3 has done so far is 4 new characters.
Right.
I've been going back and doing the story mode, and I love that fighting game.
Mm-hmm.
But if someone who doesn't know fighting games is watching you play, you can very easily be confused for a button masher. People constantly call me a button masher. I'm like, no, this is actually how you're supposed to play this game.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It sounds like I'm just mashing everything. Trust me, I kind of know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
A little bit.
But yeah, no, Killer Instinct is just so fucking good. And Arbiter is, like, Killer Instinct is very strange in that most fighting games, you have the core rule sets and the different characters might tweak on those, or their attacks might leverage one aspect of them more than the others.
Mm-hmm.
Killer Instinct, every character feels so fucking different that they might as well... It feels like they're a different game.
Yeah.
Most characters have different meters. Fucking Arbiter has an overshield. He has a rifle, grenades, and his sword.
Yeah.
I want to master Arya from Season 2. She's
Okay.
the robot and the leader of Ultratech.
Yeah.
She has 3 different forms that you can change into, and each has a different health bar.
Yeah.
So I didn't realize... I'd never played as her until this last week. I didn't realize that you could freely change between the 3 forms, and they each had different attacks and patterns.
Right. Yeah.
And when you get her instinct meter filled and you trigger it, you activate all 3 simultaneously. You can send those little drones out to do certain attacks and certain combos.
Mm-hmm.
She's super complicated, and I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
Oh, Killer Instinct.
I think it's usually the more complex ones that are the more interesting and, well, maybe not most interesting, but that are fun to kind of get a handle on, because once you do, once you understand the mechanics of that character, it's just, you can just fucking juggle people and they don't have no idea what the hell's going on.
Well, remember Soul Calibur 2 in college.
Right.
No one could touch my Ivy.
Yes.
Wally, he witnessed it. Everyone on the floor.
Yeah.
No one could touch me if I played Ivy, specifically on the GameCube version.
Oh yeah. That's why I never challenged you with Soul Calibur.
I stopped playing with Ivy after I couldn't stop winning because it's no fun.
I remember that actually. Oh yeah, that was back when we what was it? When they had the goddamn arcade underground at where we went to school.
Yeah.
Jesus. Oh man. Yeah, we had like a little mini tournament or something going on, and you just
In our dorm, yeah.
Oh god, yeah.
Pulled out the GameCube, put it up in the lounge.
Yep, that's right.
Yeah, we'll do brackets. I'm like, can I be Ivy? Yeah, sure.
Oh god.
Eh.
Biggest mistake we made. I wasn't even a part of that. I was just there to watch because I was not a Soul Calibur person, so I'd let you have all that glory.
Surprisingly, everyone agreed to the GameCube version.
Wow, yeah. That's true.
That version did sell the best out of all of them. And that's a fighting game that needs to either never come back or come back in a big way.
Look at Street Fighter or Mortal Kombat, especially Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, I would liken Mortal Kombat's lowest low to probably comparable to where Soul Calibur is right now.
Mm-hmm.
If you remember, the last Soul Calibur was that free-to-play, single-player, pay-to-win game.
Oh. Jesus.
Where you literally had to make a character in their underwear to begin, and level up, and grind money to make an outfit for them.
Oh, God.
Oh, it was awful. It was awful.
Mm.
The last halfway decent one was 5, and that wasn't even that great. Soul Calibur 2 is where it peaked.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's all downhill from there.
God, grinding in a fighting game. I don't think I've ever
Yeah!
heard anything. That's some kind of game mechanic that is that's new to me.
Yeah, I don't
never heard of.
I don't remember the title of it. Let me look it up real quick. But yeah, it was awful. Soul Calibur Legends. Nope. Legends was the Wii exclusive third-person Dynasty Warriors-esque Soul
God.
Calibur game.
Cool. Super
Sure.
cool.
Neat.
The bad one was Lost Souls, released 2014, free-to-play game only on PSN.
Oh, okay.
It was based on Soul Calibur 5. And apparently in 2013 they announced Unbreakable Soul for mobile phones for iOS.
Yes.
We should talk about certain franchises going on mobile.
Fuck.
We'll get to it.
Okay.
We'll get to it.
All right.
But yeah, outside of like Killer Instinct, I did just today start a playthrough of Dark Souls. The first.
Holy shit. Oh boy.
And yeah, I guess I might have had a mental block on it because I could not get through the first boss back when I first started playing.
Mm-hmm.
I missed the bloodstain on the floor that just said fucking run.
Yeah.
So I was trying to kill it with a little jaggy sword.
No.
So I got frustrated and angry and stopped playing.
Mm-hmm.
But now I am to the Firelink Shrine.
Mm-hmm.
And I immediately found the skeletons, and I can't kill the fucking skeletons.
I'll give you a hint.
So I ran away from the skeletons, and now I'm up in rooftops. It's okay. Don't give me a hint.
Okay.
I'm good. I'm good. I went the other way.
All right, good.
I can't kill them yet, so it's like, sure. Okay.
That's
I'm
the thing with Dark Souls, and that's why I love the beginning of it, is because there are like several different paths to go as soon as you get there, and only one of them is the right one.
I think I found the right one.
Yes.
Because I've already found another bonfire.
Yeah, if you're making progress, then yes, you are going the right way.
So when I started, I had 10 Estus flasks.
Mm-hmm.
I had used a lot of them by the time I made it to the first bonfire,
Uh-huh.
and it'll only refill up to 5. So do I only get 10 back at Firelink?
No. Oh god, it's been a while. I'm probably gonna get this wrong for saying it. I believe isn't you?
It's in
Oh no.
Ire, Dark Souls
yes, it is back only at that one, only because that one has Ember added to it, which you use humanity for to light it up more, and the more powerful that the that the fire is, the higher refills of your flask, of your Estus flask.
Okay.
So yeah, it's like, because when you get to a fire, and when you light it, it's like bare minimum, but you have to put humanity into it. You have to sacrifice humanity into it to make it a more burning fire, which gives you more refills.
Okay, so then follow-up question. What's the difference between being hollow and not?
Online and offline mode.
Oh, no. So being human puts me online?
Yes, and I'm trying to remember what else there
Oh,
is, what other perks there are for being human.
I shouldn't have done that.
It's okay.
Right now, there's not. You probably won't get hit early on.
No.
By anybody. I don't think there's a lot. I mean, if there are people playing it, they're
think
probably fucking way high levels, and you're not gonna see them.
Or they're all just going to keep destroying me.
Yeah.
No.
But
even if they do and
They
you
won't.
die, you'll be back to hollow, and then you just play through again.
Okay. So I will just wait for that to happen.
Yeah, where you are right now is a low traffic area.
Mhm.
Surprisingly, for the beginning of the game, because
Well,
Yeah.
I would expect Dark Souls itself to be a low traffic game at this hour. At this, the first.
no, I think still on PC, I think a lot of people still play it because there is like a high amount of replayability in that game, especially the first one, because there's so
Mhm.
there are like
Oh yeah.
there's so
people who
many
put,
different
like
endings.
fucking 500 hours into that goddamn game.
Yeah,
So
Probably
I
even
just
more than that.
yeah.
so I just went with the stock knight
Okay.
loadout because I'm
Mhm.
like I don't know what I'm doing. I don't want to be the naked woman with the club. Although that seems like that would be fun. I
Yeah.
don't know what I'm doing. I don't want to do that.
Yeah, right. No,
Yes, you
Knight's
do.
good because it's high health. You have good strong armor, and you're reasonably strong. You're just slow, but you can at least handle heavy armor and heavy weapons pretty well.
So I also made my character large. Does that affect how I roll around? Like your frame, your build?
I don't know. I actually kind of think it would actually.
Because when I dodge and roll, she is a chunky woman who just kind of flops.
Yeah, the flopping is mostly due to the armor that you're wearing because if you wear lighter armor, like leather armor, you'll be able to roll a lot faster. So yeah, it takes weight into consideration.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I know. I'm enjoying the hour that I have had with that game so far.
Yeah.
I will see where it takes me.
Start learning the parry. Start learning the parry.
Parry.
Oh, I
Start
already
learning
have
to
tried. I've already started trying that, and it's so satisfying when you pull it off.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
impale them.
Yeah, and even with a knight character, it should be easier because you'll be able to take hits, like especially from like the regular zombie dudes. They're probably the best to practice on, especially once you get later on in the game, because then you just watch how they swing and you get that little sweet spot when to do the parry, and then it's fucking no problem. Then pretty much you could do it on just about anything and everything.
Right. And as soon as I found out, hey, if I die, I just have to go back to where I died,
Yeah,
get my shit, and like that's the only penalty.
yeah,
It's like that's okay. I'm okay with this now.
yeah.
I'm okay with this.
Just don't die again.
Get good.
Then you lose it.
Get
Then you lose it, right?
Yes.
Yes, yeah, you do.
Yeah.
lose
So
it.
it's like Zombie U.
Yeah.
God, that's a good game.
That's a game I've not finished.
Me either.
Yeah.
That is a damn good game.
I saw where your dead body was at one point, Darren, because it was connected to the internet and it showed where you were. And I think I killed your character and took their shit. And then that was about as far as I got. And then I died, I don't know, about like 15 minutes later. And I was like, all right, fuck this. I'm done.
There's an achievement. There's a Ubisoft Uplay achievement for playing through all of Zombie U on the Wii U without dying once.
Oh, God. No.
Yeah. Yes.
No. I already
Yes.
failed that one.
Yes. Restart. Quit. Delete your save. Start over. Again,
I might as well, I guess. Shit. I don't know.
pull a steel battalion. You're dead. Delete your save.
Oh,
Start
God.
new. You did not eject from your mech.
Yeah.
Okay. News. I'm about done. News time.
Yeah,
news.
news.
Let's do it.
Slide into the news.
Newsy news.
So let's start here. PlayStation 4 has had a system update. It now allows you to do remote play on PC and Mac. PC and Mac. If you go to the PlayStation blog, there's very specific instructions on how to do that.
Okay.
Yeah, it looks like you just plug a PS4 controller via USB into your Windows 10, 8.1, 10 or later, or an OS X 10.10 or later.
Okay.
Your resolution options are 360p, 540p, or 720p. 540p being the defaulted.
Mm.
You can either
Yeah.
do 30 or 60 FPS.
Ugh.
You can use only one DualShock 4 controller for remote play, and it has to be connected via USB controller, a USB cable. So you just wire in your wireless controller, and you can play remotely. That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Isn't there a number of ways that or software that people have made where you can just use a Bluetooth dongle and then like
Stream it.
basically connect your PS4 controller to your PC and then just use that?
Yes, you can. However, this software is written to find it through the USB
Oh, okay.
and not through the Bluetooth.
Right.
So I wouldn't be surprised if that becomes a thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, there are Bluetooth dongles that you can get that'll allow you to interface your PS4 controller to your PC.
Right.
But that's one thing that'll always be easier with Microsoft controllers on a Microsoft system.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, hell, I've got an Xbox 360 USB controller for when I play games, basically.
Me too.
And so here's the crazy thing to me, that remote play seems to be a new standard feature at this point.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the Wii U has it out of the gate, although it doesn't work on all titles, which is insane. But now with the 360 being, slip, the Xbox One being able to do it, the PS4 being able to do it, that seems to be the way to go. And that, I think, will allow people to play a lot more, because you get to keep playing if someone's using the screen. All you would have to do, whip out your laptop, and boom, there you go, keep playing.
Yeah.
So, super cool.
Nice. And then there's also
Nice.
like the party function, which should have been something in the fucking what was it? The PlayStation Network, like right from the get-go, where it's like you can add or you have notifications of friends joining a party or joining your game or whatever. Was that part of the update as well?
Yeah.
I believe so.
Which is like
I think
one
so,
feature
yeah.
that people were like, why the hell was this not in like from day one?
Yeah, yeah. Who knows? Let's see here. Yeah, so Overwatch, we were reporting earlier, there's argument over Tracer's pose.
Mm-hmm.
They've patched that out, and they
Yep.
have given her a new pose, as well as given a lot of characters new outfits. Like, it was a whole balance patch, but of course the only thing anyone's looking at is Tracer's new pose.
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong. If it's something that they internally wanted to change, that's fine. That's fine. I just think people are trying to pull a non-existent story out of this.
Yeah.
Who cares? It's
Although I would say arguably that it is better.
arguably, it is a better pose.
Yeah. Even though it is more ass, but still. it's still done in a way that makes sense for her character.
Sure. I would agree with that sentiment.
Mm-hmm.
They also released a new animated short,
Yes.
Alive.
Mm-hmm.
Just Blizzard, just make a movie, please.
They are.
Just
It's called Warcraft.
No, make an Overwatch movie or a StarCraft movie.
I'm wondering.
I
if,
will go see Warcraft.
I'm wondering if how much Warcraft gets for the release of that movie, whether they will do a StarCraft movie or not. I mean, it's kind of like with Warcraft being so popular. I feel like StarCraft is kind of up there as well.
Warcraft is popular, but how much money do you think it'll actually make in the theater?
All right,
Yeah.
we'll find out.
I'm not sure.
It might do all right.
Yeah,
If it's not shit, it might do halfway decent.
right. Well,
Yeah.
Blizzard's under the production of it, so or producing it. Yeah, production of it.
So it might.
I'm interested in it.
I'm curious.
I'm not a big Warcraft fan, but I mean, you know, if it ever comes around and I feel like watching it, I probably won't see it in theaters, but
I'm a fan of the Warcraft story up through 3. Anything that happened in World of Warcraft, I have no clue.
mm-hmm.
But if it's about the Dark Portal and Arthas and his descent, like, that would be cool.
Yeah, it's directed by Duncan Jones, and that's what makes me interested, because he did Moon and Source Code, which are good sci-fi movies.
Shit, yeah.
So that's what, like, when I when I saw that he is directing it, I was like, oh yeah, kind of want to see it. 'Cause I like Duncan Jones.
Source Code was okay.
I think Source Code is an underrated film.
It's
Like,
okay.
I think it's not amazing,
But it's not
but
terrible either.
it's not terrible, and the idea is very interesting. It's just
Yep.
I don't think they dove enough into that idea. It's a very short action movie. Like, it's just more action than the cool idea that they had, which I thought they should have gone more, instead of gone the action route of, like, we need to defuse the bomb, we need to get this guy, we need to save all these people. Like, give me more of, like, what the fuck? How did you do Source Code? Like, what the fuck is going on here? Give me more of that. But I enjoyed it. But he's a good director, and Moon is fucking phenomenal.
Yeah, Moon is one of the best movies in years.
Yeah.
Moon is still a movie I need to see.
Yeah, you have to see Moon. It's so good. Fucking Sam Rockwell and
Kevin Spacey.
Kevin Spacey. Oh my god.
The only two characters in the movie.
Yeah.
That's really all you can say. You can't.
Yeah.
That's all you can say about that movie to not ruin anything.
Mm-hmm.
Sam Rockwell's
it really
on the moon. Kevin Spacey is his AI buddy.
Yeah.
Go watch it.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
You have
I know.
to watch it.
You know it's been on my list for fucking forever. I just haven't. Should actually check to see if it is on Netflix though.
Oh, let's see. Doom is going to have an open multiplayer beta next weekend.
Yep.
But they've also announced their DLC and Season Pass plan. There are going to be 3 packs of DLC, each including 3 maps, if I'm reading this correctly.
Yeah, it was like 3 maps, armor, a weapon, a new pose, or whatever the hell they're...
The first DLC will give you 3 new maps, 1 new weapon, 1 new demon, 1 armor set, 1 piece of equipment, new hack modules and taunts, and new customization color and patterns. That will set you back $15. There will be 2 other packs, which I'm assuming will be about similarly sized. And if you want to save money, buy the season pass for $40. No. No.
I'm mostly getting it for the single player game. I mean, multiplayer I've been on and off about, but lately more off. But we'll see how the with the open beta next weekend, how that goes, or this weekend I should say, how that goes. But yeah, it's one of those things that the fact that the DLC is coming out later this summer, and it's kind of like, why couldn't it just come out with the game? There's just have more content on there.
Well, here's the problem. This is DLC done wrong.
Yeah,
completely. You're gonna. This is how DLC used to happen with Halo and Call of Duty.
Yeah.
You spend $15, you get 3 maps. Oh, you didn't pay to get those 3 maps? You can't play on them.
Mm-hmm.
So you're gonna fracture your player base.
Mm-hmm.
It seems like Bethesda doesn't know how to do a multiplayer shooter expansion content.
Yeah.
If you look at it, it's 3 pieces of DLC, value priced at $40, but you buy each individual for $15.
Mm-hmm.
They're applying the similar logic of the Fallout 4 DLC plan to Doom, which on paper from the outside looks like that could work, that it's a similar idea, it's the same kind of thing from a business perspective.
Mm-hmm.
But not from an end user, a customer perspective.
Yeah.
This feels like someone who doesn't play games was making this plan.
Yeah. Agreed.
So don't buy the DLC for this. Don't do that. Especially when there's a map maker coming with the game.
Yeah.
There's a map maker.
It would actually
in
be
the game.
it'd actually be hilarious if someone just takes the 3 maps that were in the DLC and then just make it.
Yeah.
Because that's exactly
You know
what's
what?
going to fucking
Yeah.
happen.
Yeah,
Oh,
mark,
yeah,
mark
there's
it
no
on your
doubt.
calendar. It will happen.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You've said it. You've predicted it. You're right.
The only thing that won't be included is the new demon and new weapon, but I think everyone will be okay with that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And armors are purely cosmetic. Everything
Yeah.
else is cosmetic.
Yeah.
No,
Yep.
it's horse armor all over again.
It's worse than horse armor. It's like actual content that could have been in with the multiplayer on day one. It's the fact that they're already listing it. They're listing it off as to what it is, like specifically. That's where it's like, okay, if you know exactly what kind of DLC is coming out, then obviously you fucking
Yeah.
remove that shit the last second.
Yep.
Right.
Fuckers.
Yeah, it's clear. It's dirty, and it's like no,
Mhm.
no. In other news, Rock Band 4 for PC. The FIG campaign has ended. It reached 52% of its final goal. It did not get funding. And Harmonix released a statement with it where they answer a number of criticisms against this project. You guys should finish work on Rock Band 4 before you start a new project. They're like, well, basically, we have a large team dedicated to doing just that, and this did not impact that. The timing for this campaign is terrible. We wanted it years ago. And they give a number of reasons as to why they're launching it now. They answer why is it $1.5 million for a port? They're like,
Yeah.
well, that's about the going rate. That's our budget. We have to develop it for a new platform and get it all in place. You shouldn't be asking us for money. Rock Band made like $1 billion. Like, well, yes, but we were owned by a different company, and
Yeah.
all done. And here's one that really, really digs at me. How dare you start a new crowdfunding campaign before the Amplitude Kickstarter is complete? They have yet to ship
Yeah.
Amplitude on PS3. They're like, we released PS4 version of Amplitude to backers before the holidays in December and to all comers in the first week of January. When we launched the FIG campaign, the Amplitude team was wrapping up the PS3 version, which is available now, and remaining Kickstarter rewards were wrapping up production. You still started it before people got the product in hand.
Yeah.
That's just bad face.
Yeah.
I don't think there was a good time for Rock Band 4 PC,
No.
given the poor state Rock Band 4 initially launched. But also, they were being tight-lipped on how you were actually going to get your controllers to work. And really, this whole thing was for the Rock Band network. They were going to leverage the Steam store to bring back the Rock Band network, where people could make their own tracks.
Mhm.
They do end up saying, by the way, will it be developed anyway? They're like, well, it might be a possibility. They might try again in the future. But right now, no. Such a weird, weird thing. And like, Kickstarter itself is just weird to, and not Kickstarter, FIG is weird. Why?
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah. Bummer.
Well, at least they're trying to be transparent with addressing all those concerns.
Yeah.
I have never seen someone do that. Like, oh, Kickstarter failed. Well, whoops. Then they move on. They head on do give answers to all the criticism, so I got to give them props there. Let's see. Let me skip over and come back to that one. So there's been a development in Uncharted 4. One of the lead designers has stated there will not be a Donut Drake. in Uncharted 4 with a quote, "We weren't comfortable having it in our game."
Donut Drake.
Donut Drake was a different model of Nathan Drake that you could play through the game as, where he was incredibly obese, and they pitched his voice down. And basically, they're saying
I did not know this.
it was in all of them, all of the previous games.
Holy shit.
I didn't know that either.
And they were basically saying, yeah, it's just not in good taste, and we're over the joke.
Oh, okay.
And some people are very upset that Donut Drake won't be there. It comes down to the tracer pose. It's the same argument.
Oh, God, I did not know that. That's hilarious.
Yeah, go back. Go
That
back
is
and take a look
fucking.
at it.
Oh, my
I'm
God.
looking that shit up right now.
It's hilarious if you've never seen it before, but if you've played through 3 games with it,
Yeah, I can understand
Yeah, I
why.
can see
After
where-
3 games, they're like,
Oh, there it
okay,
is.
we're
Wow.
we're fucking done with this shit. Oh, God, yeah, I totally gotta look it up, too.
yeah, go for it. I remember the first time I saw it, I thought it was kind of funny.
Looks like
Oh, Jesus! Okay.
Yeah.
like that
Holy
Boogie 2999 YouTuber or whatever.
Oh, my God.
Boogie.
Ooh.
Yeah, he kind of looks like Boogie.
Yeah, he does. He does a little bit. Wow.
So yeah, that's,
I want to play as Donut Drake now.
Right? Yeah, I know.
you just finished the trilogy. Go back again.
I know. I just fucking finished it. God damn it. God, but yeah, I could see why Naughty Dog was like,
Yeah.
okay, yeah, we've seriously done it for like the
Yeah.
last 3 games.
Yeah, we're
It's
done.
definitely
And
time
again,
to retire that shit.
people are going up in arms. They're like, "Oh, you're censoring in PC and blah blah blah." Oh,
Jesus.
Yeah, it's just
shut
an
up.
old fucking joke, man. Jesus.
Remember, every game used to have big head mode.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Same thing.
God. It's funny.
Square Enix has come out and said the Final Fantasy VII Remake will be multiple, quote, full-size games.
Okay. Well, what's
Not-
full size though?
Not just- yeah, right? Multiple full-sized games instead of a series of smaller episodes. So these are going to be probably full-priced,
Mm-hmm.
full games. In Final Fantasy VII Remake will be a trilogy. What?
Yeah.
Well, essentially, this is a quote directly from, what's his name, Yoshihiro Kitase,
Okay.
the head of the development team of Final Fantasy XIII. He says it will essentially be a full-scale game for each part of the multi-part series. In 13, each installment told the story from a different angle. It was kind of like approaching an unknown territory in a sense. Whereas with Final Fantasy VII Remake, we already have a pre-existing story, so it wouldn't really make sense if that isn't encompassed in a multi-part series. So if we're just looking at each of these parts, one part should be on par with the scale of one Final Fantasy XIII game. Now, I've never played Final Fantasy VII, but I believe that there are 3 distinct acts.
Mm-hmm.
Steve, did you play Final Fantasy VII?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so what are your thoughts on this?
My thoughts that if you're gonna do something like that, why don't you just make a fucking new game? Like, that's my thought. Like, I mean, I'm cool with it, and I like that they're doing that. But if you're going to make 3 full games out of a game that you've already made, why wouldn't you just take the time to make a new game? You know, or take Final Fantasy VII and not remake Final Fantasy VII. Take shit from it and make a new game with beloved things that people want from that game. You know, like, I don't know. I'm torn with it because I like that they're doing it, but I also don't like that they're doing it.
Mm.
But I mean, they're like, it could work because it is a fucking huge game, and if they
Right.
do, if they change it up, you know, it's just one of those things. It's Like, I don't know. I'm so torn on it.
Steve is so conflicted.
Yeah, I'm so
can
conflicted
hear it in
because
his
I
voice.
really.
That's
love
how
that
I felt
game.
at the end of Last of Us. I know exactly how you feel.
Because I really love Final Fantasy VII, and I do want to see it remastered because it looks like dog shit, and I'll never play it ever
Yeah.
because it looks so fucking terrible. Like I could go back and play the Super Nintendo games because, I mean, there's an aesthetic to them that's pleasing to my eye, but old PlayStation games, the aesthetic is not pleasing to me. Like
Yeah.
I can't do it.
There's something real difficult about that early polygonal era.
Yeah.
Like even
Just-
N64 games are real tough to get back to.
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited to see like if they really take care of it and they use the game, everything that was good about it, and they also expand upon it.
Mhm.
But I'm also weary that they're just going to take it and throw some skin on it and then just fucking charge people who already played their game $60 for 3-part. Well, I mean, it'd be a total of $180, so.
Yeah.
It's like a fuck in the ass. It's like, hey, you
There-
paid money to play this game before, now play it again, but pay $180 for it, motherfuckers.
And people will.
Yeah,
People will.
yeah.
That's
But
a thing.
yeah, I'm definitely
capitalizing on
conflicted. So
I know if they did that with one of my favorite games from my childhood, I'd be kind of pissed.
yeah.
Like if they took Ocarina of Time when they remastered that, and all of a sudden they're like, no. It'll be an entire full-length game when you're young Link.
Yeah.
And then another full-length game when you're adult Link. And then another full-length game
Yeah.
play as Sheik. Actually, that's a cool idea.
See, now that's something that they should do. Like, not saying Nintendo should do that. I'm just saying like something that they should have done with Final Fantasy. If they like the fucking character, build a story around that character and say, hey, this is what happened on this side. Instead of rebuilding Final Fantasy VII, now you're building upon Final Fantasy VII.
What if
Making a new game.
Yeah, what if you ended up playing as the villain? Like you could play through that as separate.
Oh, that'd be a fucking great idea right there. Because that's a cool ass fucking character.
And play it from the opposite side. Like that would be interesting.
And you see what happened in his time to build up to become the ultimate Sephiroth that he was. Like why is he this piece of shit? Like what made him that way? That's stuff that they should be doing instead of, looking at it and just saying, oh, we're gonna make a shitload of money on this because people want this. And it's almost like telling us we want it. It's like, hey, you guys do want this.
Yeah.
You want it. It's Final Fantasy VII, and it's a fucking amazing game. You want it so bad.
Yeah.
And we're going to make you pay for it.
I mean, we heard the cheers when at E3 last year when they finally announced that it was coming.
I did.
Yeah.
I was watching the Giant Bomb stream. They couldn't have been less enthused. It was amazing.
Yeah. Like, I'd be fine. I'd be way more fine with it if they just said, hey, we're just going to fucking remaster this game and it's going to look good. And here you go. Not remaking it. Like,
Yeah, this
there's
is
no reason to fucking do that.
full-on remake.
Yeah. So.
Speaking of companies telling you what you want, there's a private WoW server called Nostralius that has been shut down by Activision Blizzard. Now, the important thing to know, this private server wasn't charging per month, and all they were doing was playing vanilla WoW.
Right.
So, like, day one, pre-Burning Crusade expansion, pre-anything. WoW. Blizzard shut them down on the 10th, which would have been yesterday. So this calls into question, what do you want out of WoW? Because clearly Nostralius was super popular.
Yeah.
I don't know their server numbers. Their website is now currently gone. So
Not surprised. It was a cease
Oh, wait.
and desist, so.
I lied.
Okay.
It is up. Let's see. I don't know.
At least at this time of recording.
Yep.
What's up?
So they had nearly 1 million gaming accounts in their legacy server. They had over 2 million visits monthly.
Wow.
During a BlizzCon last year, a fan asked Blizzard, you're trying to shut down all these servers, and technically that's your right. But would you ever try to release just a vanilla version of WoW where people could go back and play WoW Classic? One of the devs just looks at him and says, "No, we would never do that, and you don't want that.
Yeah.
You think you do, but you don't want that." That is a bad answer.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Quickest
Such a
way to
bad answer.
lose fans.
Yes. Completely turn Blizzard into a piece of shit company.
Yeah.
Yeah, just oh man, that
I
sucks.
would say all of Blizzard, but at least that section that
that section.
that's handling WoW is
Yeah.
that was pretty
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, but when you've got 2 million people, like that's substantial numbers. That's a potential player base.
Yeah.
Even if you just charge each of those people $20, here, have at it. Go play vanilla WoW. $20, have fun. Don't charge a monthly fee because that's how you stop those people. Or maybe it's
because
$5.
2 million people are now not going to play your fucking game. You know, they're going to say, fuck you. We're completely done with your game. Now you just lost 2 million people. Or 2 million people who will never play a Blizzard game again because they're so fucking eaten up by it. You know, they're like, well, I fucking loved WoW and now I can't play it. Cocksuckers, like, I'm never giving you my money ever again. Like, even if you come out with a fucking great game, I'm not giving you money because you don't deserve it, you know?
Yeah.
Like, the gaming industry, I mean, there's so many good things about it, but it's starting to become this, like, money-hungry, driven, like, I mean, we're seeing it day by day where these companies are just trying to steal our fucking money because they know they can. They're putting us in the position to have to, like, if we want a game, we have to give them our money, even if they don't deserve it, you know? Right. And they're just trying to force our hand, and it fucking sucks. And in a big company like Blizzard that can force people's hands is a company that should lead by example and say, hey, man, we don't have to. We don't have to do this. Blizzard pisses me off because that's another company that I fucking used to love so much, and now they're falling into that way of companies that I fucking hate, you know. So, but
I wonder if that really just comes down to because of Activision.
Yeah,
I don't know. I feel like that's not the case. I feel like this has been a long time coming, especially when a company gets this popular. I feel like it's inevitable.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I guess to put it in, I mean, I know they're two totally different games, but it's kind of like if, not that it would be possible, but like if there's like, Brood War, StarCraft Brood War, even though shit tons of fans still play it to this day and still prefer it over StarCraft 2, we're just gonna fucking find some way to just fucking shut it down. It's like, what?
No,
but I mean, StarCraft is handled. It's that's what I'm saying. Like it's a totally different thing, but and plus, I mean, you can host your own servers through it anyway. So,
well, that's what it comes down to. The contract the end user license agreement when you create a WoW account is that you're not going to create a private server. Private servers are forbidden.
Yeah.
So it's like, technically they're doing it wrong, but look at how many people wanted that.
Yeah, they could fucking set something up. Like,
I wouldn't be shocked if in a year they do have a vanilla WoW option or a WoW Classic.
But they should have done that now.
Yeah.
They should have just come out and said, hey.
Yeah,
like,
the longer
we're going to
the
shut
longer
this
they
down,
wait, the worse it'll be. Basically, at this point.
The longer they wait, the more people are going to be like, Jesus, dude, like I don't want to give you my money ever. So we'll see what they do, though. Hopefully, they turn things around. Hopefully, it turns into a good thing. I mean, although it's sad right now.
So the next, and for me, the biggest piece of news this week. There's a number of rumors and potential leaks regarding the new Zelda Wii U. Some things that we've been hearing for a while.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of these are coming from Emily Rogers, who has been known to be accurate at points with these leaks. Let's see. Some new stuff. So basically, it looks like it is definitely going to be going the same route as Twilight Princess, where it would release on the Wii U and whatever their next system is.
Mm-hmm.
It would also feature full voice acting for all characters except Link, which I'm kind of torn on. On the one hand, yes, good. Link never talks. Don't let Link.
They've already learned. I think Nintendo's already learned that lesson.
Don't do that.
Yeah.
And on the other hand, well, so I'm playing back through Twilight Princess still. And hearing Midna talk, if it were like that would be really interesting. Kind of like a Simlish type.
Yeah.
Like that I enjoy. And I think that fits the world really well. But if you want to just have straight up voice acting, I'd be curious. I'd be open to it, but I don't know. I'm not chomping at the bit for that.
Well, it's like playing the old Fallout games. It's like playing Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas. Everyone's voiced except for the character that you're playing as. Why is that an issue?
Because it's a Zelda game, which isn't a Fallout game.
Right, but
it's different worlds, different feels to them. Yeah. You know.
Well, it depends on how they do it. Like if they create different languages and interesting things, then it'll be cool. But if they just go straight up, it's all English and they're just regular voice acting, like I don't know. I kind of will be a little bit disappointing if they do that. But if they get creative with it, you know, and they keep like the Midna voice and kind of stuff like that, I'm interested to see what they do with it. Like,
I'm curious. I'm open to it.
Yeah.
And then the big one, there may be an option to select a male or female Link.
Mm-hmm.
Which got me to thinking, man, I really wish I could have played as Sheik. Like, how awesome would that be to play Ocarina of Time from Zelda's perspective?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Because she goes through training. She learns to fight.
Yeah.
Like, that would be so cool.
Mm-hmm.
It would be so cool. But, yeah, interesting leaks, potential. We won't know for a couple months.
Yeah.
But if you are a female Link, does that turn Zelda into a male?
It's a good question.
Should, because that'd be
interesting. That would be pretty fucking sweet, actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's what I was thinking. I'm like, well, would that do that, or are they misinterpreting it? Could you be able to choose between Link or Zelda, and it would be different stories?
That would be awesome. Both of those choices would be cool by me.
Yeah.
I like both of those ideas.
That is the most interesting thing about these leaks for me.
Mm-hmm.
Is to take that either way. Because there's nothing that says that the hero reborn needs to be male.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that the royal bloodline needs to be female.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because if that were the case, then the hero reborn could be named Zelda because the family was very honored by the royal family. Like, there's ways you can write it in to where there's still a Zelda and there is still a Link.
Yeah.
Just swap the spots. Oh, it'd be so good.
Yeah.
Titanfall 2 has released a teaser trailer. It's super short.
Yep.
There's robots with swords now.
Mm-hmm.
And it is going to be PC, PS4, Xbox One, PS4. It's going multi-platform, which is how that game should have gone originally.
Well, again, it was a launch game, and they were riding heavy on it for Xbox to have it be like the exclusive game that everyone is hyped about and should have and should own.
That game was super ambitious. It was a ton of fun. It was just lacking on content.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I tried to go back today on PC, and there's just not a lot of people playing, like, at all. And
hackers?
Yeah, mostly hackers. Mostly hackers, or it's just people just not playing at all.
That's just the digital version of masturbation.
Yeah,
It's an empty dead game that you're hacking in. What the hell are you doing?
right.
What the hell are you doing? And okay, there's one last bit of news. Guys, Contra's coming back. Konami has announced that there's going to be a new Contra game.
Don't do this.
It's going to be
Don't do this.
a mobile game
Oh yeah.
with microtransactions
Oh great.
and PvP. And guess what Contra needs? Reloading
Oh yeah.
and touch screen control. It's
Mm.
ignore
Yeah.
it. It's been announced, but ignore it. It's dead. It doesn't actually exist. It's just pachinko in a digital form.
Yeah. God. And the fact that the score system flashes up in front of your eyes, and there's like a combo system for getting that score, and oh god, so bad.
Man,
many-
that's sad.
Poor decisions being made. That is it for the news, unless I missed something, gentlemen.
No,
Nope.
that's about it.
All right. Emails. utterlygeek@gmail.com. That's UTTERLY. Wait, what?
Words.
UTTERLYG33k
There you go.
at gmail.com.
Yep.
Utterly Geek. We do have one.
Our
Says,
second
"Hello."
email. Yay.
Yay. We do have one. It says, "Hello, boys. If you have the time and are interested, would you care to weigh in on this article?" And I am not going to click on this article again to give this individual another
Nope.
page view. I am not even going to link this. I will not give you the author's name because this is pure middle school drivel. This is an article about how women have ruined video games. And I don't...
Terrible.
It's written like a fourth grader.
Okay.
It argues that in the 70s to the 2000s were the golden era of video games because that's when games were just about fun. They then use a couple of women as an example of, well, she really wanted to have relationships in Dragon Age, in relationship options in Dragon Age, but she should have been working on a physics engine. Like, wait, what? What? It sounds to me like, Steve, you read this all the way through.
Yeah.
Wally, did you read any of it?
I took a quick glance at it, but I did not get a chance to read it before the podcast. So
That's fine. That's fine.
yeah,
It seems
I saw some of the highlighted points, and then I just scoffed and shook my head, and that was about it. But
it seems to me this person has more of a problem with narrative in games and not just action games.
Mm-hmm.
Because, God forbid...
And
games-
blaming it on women.
Yeah. God forbid games should talk about relationships.
Yeah.
Like... And then what was it? Oh, God, he gets into the whole fake gamer girl.
oh god, yeah,
Well, don't get me wrong. I'm sure there are people out there who feign interest in games just for the attention. This guy goes off and says that betas just eat it up. It's all about the betas paying all this money to see all these moderately attractive girls. They're moderately attractive, so they just get attention. But the worst part is the ugly women who just don't understand. These land whales. Like, oh my God.
Mm.
Exact words.
Terrible.
Land whales.
Yeah.
Like fucking...
There's pictures of Gamer Girl and Land Whale, and it's fucking so bad.
They're both obviously big fans of video games. They're both in costume.
Yeah.
Why is this a problem? This is not a problem. This is someone who is so insecure in their own self that they feel they have to attack these other people who also happen to be fans of the same thing they are that they don't agree with. Like, that's all this whole anti-SJW thing is. Like, I object to the term feminist or social justice warrior.
Yeah.
You're not a feminist. You're a humanist because everyone is the fucking same. Everyone deserves the same amount of respect.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You're not being feminist. You're being fucking humanist. Like that's, God, I want to punch through my monitor.
Yeah.
Not to mention, women have established games. Sierra was co-founded by a woman, a married couple. She did all of the writing for the King's Quest games. He programmed it. She wrote it.
Cool.
Some of the most influential individuals in the gaming industry. God, what was her name? Nintendo of America employed a woman for most of their distribution in the 90s and early 2000s. Perrin Kaplan. Thank you. That's her name. I would wait to hear a press release from Perrin Kaplan. There are lots of women in games. And the more diverse perspectives you get in games, the better they get. What?
Guys. Bayonetta.
Bayonetta.
Bayonetta as a character is extremely well written.
Yep.
I'm not entirely sure there are many women on the development staff of Bayonetta because I'm pretty sure they would say no to those heels of posture.
Yeah.
Those gun heels.
Yes.
Speaking of which, I thought I was done with Amiibo, but then I remembered they're making a Bayonetta Amiibo.
Of course they are.
So I need a Bayonetta Amiibo. There's going to be a Cloud Strife one too, which is really weird to me. But yeah, let's all just put it out there. Hey guys, women are equal.
I'm done with this podcast. I'm quitting. I'm quitting. That's it. I'm fucking out of here.
And they deserve equal representation. There's no reason there shouldn't be strong feminine characters.
Yeah.
Jade from Beyond Good and Evil. Faith in Mirror's Edge. Bayonetta. Alex Vance. Gladys.
Yeah.
Chell.
Yeah.
The turrets. Every character in the original Portal was a woman. Or at least feminine.
Well, I mean, except for the companion cube, but, didn't speak.
That's a cube. That's a cube. I mean, it goes even back further than that. Joanna Dark. There are... This shouldn't even be a topic of discussion. It's 2016. Fucking be an adult.
Yeah. I mean, it's just the fact that there are people out there who still just can't get grips with reality still.
And they write at a 4th grade level.
Yeah.
And they think that is educated discussion.
Right.
That is what drives me crazy.
Well, it's more of from what I saw at a quick glance of the website, it just seems more like a blog entry type of website anyway. So it's nothing that's really that credible of a site, honestly. So
no, it's an awful site. He advertises being a proud red pillar. So a quick Google search just reveals that a red pillar is essentially someone who believes that women are actually the privileged group instead of men.
Okay.
Also, if you really want to go down a delusional rabbit hole, look up flat earthers. They're a real thing.
God.
Yes.
God. That, by the description alone, is...
They're my favorite people.
You should look it up. It's great.
Yeah. It's pretty awesome.
I still haven't determined how to counter-argue their arguments.
They sound like characters from a fucking Kurt Vonnegut novel. Like, and the flat earthers over there who worship Christopher, or worship who said the earth was flat? Not Christopher Columbus. He said it was round. God damn it. Who said the earth was flat?
Remember. My history's not good at all.
Shit.
You're asking the wrong person.
Yeah.
A lot of people, but not as many as you.
No, there was like a dude who... Well, I'll probably won't find it, so fuck it.
That's all right. That's all right.
It worked.
We know what you mean.
Yeah.
Sure. All right, that was it for emails.
Yeah.
Thank you for raising my blood pressure.
Yes.
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
there you go.
Any other questions
Nope. That is about it.
this week? All right, gentlemen. Thank you all for listening. Thank you for being here with us. Remember, everyone is a person.
Even Bayonetta.
Mhm.
Even
Yep.
Bayonetta.
Even Bayonetta, every person. Steven
She
Petrella.
she may be a witch, but she's still a person.
Still got feelings.
She may kill angels,
Yeah.
but yes, she is a witch, an Umbran witch, to be specific,
Yes.
and person.
Yes.
Princess Peach, person.
Yes.
Bowser, a lizard.
Yeah. Yeah.
Lizard person.
Is he lizard
I
person?
mean, he
Yeah,
does stand up on his hind
he
legs,
speaks.
so
He
yeah,
speaks.
and he speaks, so yeah.
Cognitive. Fox McCloud, fox person.
Okay, all right. That's before we rattle off anymore.
Person.
God damn it, we're gonna go forever in this fucking.
Lots of different types of people.
Everyone is person. Everyone is equal.
Yes.
Fucking more perspectives are better than less perspectives. You narrow-minded fucks. Fine,
Anyway.
label me a social justice warrior. I don't give a shit.
Jesus Christ! All right, are we done? Good lord.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm tired and delusional
All
at this
right.
point. Thanks for listening. We'll
Goodbye.
talk to you later.
Yahoo!
Goodbye, everyone.
Bye.
Jesus Christ.